All right, here we are. We're
Hello.
recording. Fantastic. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Mike.
Saturday.
This is Jana, nutrition expert extraordinaire. She thinks I'm too much
nice
with the compliments, but I disagree. And all you guys will disagree too, because that's where the compliments come from. You tell me that she's awesome, and then I tell her, and then she says, stop.
And the truth is, you know what? We have been learning a lot, right, over the last few months at Ergo Core Nutrition. I've been learning how to understand different value of nutrients and what's important for what habits actually build a healthy lifestyle. And we, I think, have a lot of great resources to help you learn that too.
It's fantastic. So I'm excited about the new year. A lot of really cool things going on. We got a lot of cool things going on here in the gym, but our nutrition challenge, and let's get into it here, right? Yeah.
All right. So at Ergo Core Nutrition, we believe that something as fundamental as nutrition should not be complicated, period. That means it should be easy. It should be simple. It shouldn't be rocket scientists figuring it out. Even your 5-year-old son will probably be able to understand it. However, the execution of it is where the magic happens. And that's where we step in. Yeah.
You all know what to do, but you don't do it, or you need, it's in that accountability and that mentorship. The coaching is why it works. So,
and I've fallen into that trap.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. No accountability, and then I fall off the bandwagon.
So it's the new year. We like it. Hold on, there we go. Okay.
We have a few little pointers for you. How many of you have heard New Year, New You? Yep, myself as well. And then at the end of the year, beginning of new year, we tend to make resolutions in hope that we become a better version of ourselves.
I've done it. I did it last year. I didn't get a muscle up. No.
Well,
yeah,
that's unfortunate. And that's not what we want to plan for you. But hey, we've all been there. We've all failed. A New Year's resolution is a common tradition in which a person resolves to continue good practices, change an undesired trait or behavior to accomplish a personal goal, or otherwise improve their life. But how often are those resolutions actually accomplished or achieved?
I think
on off again for myself.
Yeah, not as many as you would think.
Okay, let's look at the statistics for success of New Year's resolutions specifically.
Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Reports will tell us, and I don't know who they are, but they've done some studies. This is documented, indicate that 60% of people actually go through and make New Year's resolutions. 8% of people who make New Year's resolutions reported to achieving them. 8 of the 60. Now we're back to 100% of those people. 8% of that 100% of the 60%. Anyway, 8% of people who set New Year's resolutions tend to achieve them.
That means less than 1 in 10 people who make them will actually succeed.
And get this, right? According to the U.S. News and World Report, I don't know who they are, but they sound smart. 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February. Like they don't even make it 1 month.
Ouch.
Yeah. So they did a 2014 report. 35% of participants who failed their New Year's resolutions admitted that they may have had some unrealistic goals. 33% of participants didn't even keep track of their progress. We know that's a no-no. And 23% even forgot about them. Right? So about 1 in 10 of the respondents claim that they made too many New Year's resolutions.
Oh, that's also me.
Yeah. Right. So additionally, research participants achieved their goal 22% more often when they engaged in goal setting, where the resolutions were made in terms of small, measurable goals, right? Lose a pound a week rather than I want to lose weight, or I want to lose 50 pounds. Whatever, like I want to lose 1 pound a week is a much better goal, and they had more success with it. So
applies to your fitness goals too. Say, I want to go to the CrossFit Games and know how or process or a starting point.
Yeah.
All right, so when it comes to setting goals, you need to start with an assessment. What does success look like for you? And it's going to look different for every person. Some people, it's more visual, it's more of a tangible action. Sometimes it's more of a feeling, but you need to find out what that success is for you if you're going to achieve it. And this question is for the whole next year, what do we want to achieve? Common personal goals include losing weight, achieving good grades, saving money, buying a house, getting a pet, having good family time. There's a lot of ways we can go. And the strategy for goal setting begins with the big picture, taking a look at the big picture before breaking it into those smaller little components. It's kind of like a puzzle. You want to be able to find all the different puzzle pieces before you get the whole completed picture taken care of. Once the main goal is set, break it up into smaller, more achievable components, and this helps with planning portions and setting the goals. These smaller, more attainable objectives promote self-esteem and provide instant feedback to keep the individual on track. It's really hard if you keep going and going and going and you never receive any like check marks along the way or milestones to say that you're actually incrementally getting there, even though you're not all the way up here yet. So we need to find those motivators. What worked well in the past? You might want to revisit those things that have helped you with your previous goals. What didn't work well in the past? Obviously, you probably don't want to go back to those things because don't try to use it if it didn't work the first time.
And it helps to acknowledge it because we know history repeats itself or bad habits creep in. So if you acknowledge what hasn't worked well in the past, you hopefully can avoid those pitfalls.
True. Time management is the practice of systematically finishing tasks in order to help facilitate achieving your goals. During your assessment, you need to think about the time commitment for achieving your goals. Yes, time does matter.
That's important. If you want to lose 100 pounds, that's not going to happen in 2 months.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So we want to be realistic. If you want to get a muscle up, it's not going to happen for me in 10 years.
Well, anyway, once you set your achievable, realistic, small, short-term goals, then it will be achievable.
I didn't do that. That's why.
So you need to commit the time to do the meal prep, to go grocery shopping. If you say I'm going to eat healthier, but you don't prepare how you're going to eat healthier, it's not going to happen. This happens actually to me all the time. When I don't plan my meals, I go for what's convenient. I find myself out away from home all day. Next thing you know, it's harder to find something healthy while you're out and about when you don't have your meal already prepared.
For sure.
So take a moment and you're going to do your own self-assessment in the workbook as the first step for setting your own New Year's goals. Now that we have gone over completing a self-assessment and goal setting, let's talk about 3 tips that can help you stick with those goals.
Awesome. So tip number 1, ditch the all or nothing mentality, right? So we live in a microwave society. I like that term, where we expect instant results, right? We buy a lot of things we can't afford because we get them instantly. We just put them on our card, right?
Instant gratification.
Yes. But the truth is it takes time to make changes sustainable. Okay. You need to create healthy habits which can be woven into your lifestyle and consistently achieving them over a period of time, right? But it's not all or nothing.
There are likely several goals or resolutions that you want to commit to, which is fine. You can want more than one thing at a time, but the key is only to work on one of them at a time. Research has shown that people who try to change a single behavior at a time have a really good success rate. What's that success rate?
80%. 80%. I mean, that's huge. It's a lot more than the 8% of the 60%, right? Yeah.
When they try to tackle 2 behaviors at once, though, it goes way down. The success rate goes all the way below 35%.
That's a big cut just by trying to do 2 things at once.
And that doesn't even sound like heavy multitasking, but apparently for the majority of human nature, that is.
That's how the brain works.
Yep. When we try to do 3 or more behaviors at a time,
it
plummets even further down to less than 5% success rate. So it isn't a surprise that when we try to massively overhaul our lives and say, we're going to get fit, we're going to get healthy, and we're going to change everything about our lifestyle, and we're going to do it now, that it doesn't stick. So This is why you need to focus on one thing at a time to set yourself up for success. And that's what we're here to help you with.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. All right. Tip number 2, and this is the best time of year to do this, is start with a clean slate, right? There are likely several things that you want to do and several things that maybe you've attempted in the past, right? Diet plans or nutrition challenges that left you feeling unsuccessful. Okay. Well, you're not alone. You're human, right? Research reports that at least 2/3 of the people on diets, 2/3, regain more weight than they even lost in the first place, right? We all know a ton of people who this has happened to. If it hasn't happened to you, I don't know. Anyway.
Then you're exceptional.
Yeah. Give yourself some grace. Put those negative experiences in the past, those outcomes, those thoughts, put them behind you and move forward with a clean slate.
Okay. So the closet clean out strategy. You might have done this before with like spring cleaning or with your closet, where you just reset everything. You do a deep clean, you do a cleanse, you start from the beginning, you start with the basics. That's what we want to do with our refrigerator and our pantry.
I recently did this.
Oh, did you?
I did this a week or so ago.
Oh, how do you feel about
it? It helped. Yeah. Tell people more what this is, but because this is fantastic. This might be the best thing you ever do. Pay attention.
So 4 tips on cleaning out your pantry. 1, look for anything that's expired and out of date. Generally, or typically, we don't even realize how long the things have been sitting on the shelf. Maybe we got it for a special recipe one day and then you never used it again. Maybe you had a craving that day. I don't know, but things tend to accumulate in our refrigerator and in our pantry. And if we don't check, they're just not going to be good because they're past expiration, which is never a good thing to have, rotten milk in the fridge.
That's gross. Yeah.
Nope.
Milk shouldn't be lumpy.
That is the first thing to check out. Then you want to check the sugar content of what is in your fridge that is in date. So sugar is added to so many of our foods, and even the ones that are labeled healthy aren't necessarily healthy. Did you know that the American Heart Association recommends that kids 2 to 18 and women consume no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day, and men consume no more than 36 grams of sugar? And I've actually seen just in some normal labels, there'll be like up to 13 grams in a single serving of one item. That's not even like candy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's in everything.
Check out the nutrition facts labels for added sugar in your food products and you'll be surprised. All right. 3rd tip is to check the fat and sodium content. Also a lot higher than you are probably expecting. Fat and sodium are stabilizers. Companies add these items to food products to make them last longer on the shelves, which is good for them, bad for us. While we want to incorporate healthy fats from nuts, seeds, and oils, we want to limit processed foods loaded with fat and trans fat. Many sauces, soups, and processed foods are just loaded with sodium. And we need to check those nutrition fact labels for added fat and sodium in food products once again. Please do this. You'll be surprised. Lastly, number 4, strategically place your whole foods. So when I say strategically, I mean, if they're kind of laying on the outskirts, kind of hidden away, stuck in the drawers, and you don't see them when you open your fridge, you're probably not going to use them and you're probably not going to reach for them. You're going to reach for what's convenient. So you want to put those items front and center in the middle of your refrigerator. So that way, when you are on a hunger binge or you're trying to figure out what to make for dinner, you grab from those healthy items first because they're the most convenient and that's what you see first thing.
Awesome. That the fridge clean out, cupboard clean out, definitely worked for me. So
I think just being conscientious again is part of that mindfulness that even if it's still in your fridge, now you're going to think twice about it as opposed to just not even realizing it's unhealthy for you. So
threw away the tub of Halloween candy.
What?
Yeah,
You still had a tub?
yeah. It's easy to just grab one, All right, moving on. Tip number 3, make a plan for success. Our good friend, Benjamin Franklin, said it best. He was a good dude. If you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail, right? We know that success leads to continued motivation when achieving your goals. It's not the other way around. We don't feed off the motivation to get success. The success breeds more motivation. So, Jana, how are they going to plan for success?
That is a great question. All right. So going back to your goal setting, what is realistic? We'll say it one more time. What is realistic? Are you setting yourself up for success or failure? So if you're planning again to go to the CrossFit Games, lose 30 pounds in a month, those things are going to disappoint you because you're not starting with good expectations. How you stay accountable to your goals is another question to ask yourself.
You need accountability in your life. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. Everybody needs accountability.
I can't say how many times I've told myself, oh yeah, I'm going to do this in my head. It sounds really good. But then I never tell anyone. It never even verbally leaves in my mouth. I never write it down, and then it never happens. And then next time I think about it, all I have is go, oh crap, yeah, I thought I was going to do that. And then, disappointment. So you need to find a way for accountability.
Do you know why Minerva posts a selfie after every class at the gym? Do you know why she does that?
She told me once, and I know she wants to be a good influence and inspire the people around her. She definitely already does that. But why else?
Because she's getting she's conning her friends into holding her accountable to come into class, because she's been doing it long enough. She's taking the picture as a routine. But if she misses a day, she gets DMs that say, hey, did you not go to the gym today? And they don't even know they're holding her accountable, but she's hacking the system. She takes that selfie every day, and if she misses a day, they smack her. It's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
You also want to keep your goals visible. You want to write them down, place them somewhere you can see, whether it's on your car dashboard, on your fridge, on your desk.
Lock screen of your phone.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, we're always looking at our screens. So somewhere you're going to look so that you cannot forget what your goals are. Then you also want to share your goals. This is part of the accountability with friends and family. Most people will highly benefit from an accountability partner. Something about a physical presence, something tangible, like not wanting to let your teammate down. It goes so far.
But choose your partners wisely. Spouses, moms and dads sometimes make horrible accountability partners because they want to be nice. And they'll be like, oh, you deserve that gallon of ice cream tonight. And they will help enable, not because they don't love you or they want to hold you accountable, but be very, very careful who you pick as your accountability partner.
Yeah.
I suggest picking somebody a little bit mean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They don't gotta be judgy, but they gotta be a little strict.
Yeah.
All right. Then we want to find a way to track your progress, whether it's through app, a calendar, a Google Sheet, a spreadsheet, a daily journal, whatever works for you. It could even be an audio recording, whatever works for you.
A piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yes. Write the stuff down.
The main thing is you cannot measure what you cannot track. So tracking is very important, which is why we always track everything in our CrossFit.
We track everything. So those are some good tips. Just shameless plug here, Jana. You have a really awesome nutrition challenge coming up. It's starting pretty soon. The last day to sign up for this is January 11th. And then we start doing all our intake sessions and things like that. But this is phenomenal. If you are seriously looking for I'm going to say cheap for what you get and how much Jana time you get for this. This is
group
cheap.
Accountability.
Group accountability for what you get in this 28-day nutrition challenge is cheap, and it's phenomenal. I'm super excited about it. I've been helping her put it together, and
definitely been a co-opt.
A lot of passion has been put into this, and it's fantastic. And we have some really awesome people who are going to get a lot out of it. And we got people signed up that you wouldn't think.
Yeah.
Right. We got people that just look like supermodels that have signed up on it.
Got everything from that to the person who just walked in the door a month ago. And the main thing is, if you're on the fence, but you're hearing the information here and you want to apply this information, this is really an awesome way to do it. And it's not just because you have Mike and I, and we have resources that can help answer some of your questions, but that tangible accountability that we've been talking about is going to be found with all the other members of the challenge. So there's not just one person to choose from who maybe you have a bad personality matchup. There's going to be so many people doing it. How many people are signed up now?
I think we have, I lost count, but I know we have only 5 spots left.
Okay.
We have
Yeah. So sign up
5
now if you're interested.
spots left.
And there's a whole wide array of people, different personalities. So it's cool because you can draw from the other people doing it as well as your coaches, us.
Yeah. So, anybody have any questions? Let me check the chat.
It's okay. I think that everybody knows everything
Yeah.
already. You know?
Okay. All right. No questions. Here we go. All right. Recap. Thanks for coming, by the way. We
Yep.
really appreciate you watching. Even if you're watching this after the fact, thanks for checking it out. I know there's a lot of good information in here, but give them a recap.
Yeah.
Jana.
So in summary, we do not want to have an all or nothing mentality. We want to have some grace for ourselves, and we also want to have consistency. So that means there are going to be some little bumps along the road, but you keep going and you keep going forward and you stick with that consistency. So no more all or nothing. Second, you're going to start with a clean slate. That goes for the pantry clean out, and you got to let go of the past and what didn't work and give yourself the motivation to start new, knowing that guess what? If you're trying something new, you can achieve success even if you haven't before. Thirdly, you got to make a plan for that success. So if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail.
Thank you, Benjamin Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It does more than just, give us some good money. So thanks for attending. We're really happy that you're here watching this, that you're considering partnering up with us for this new year and with your nutrition and health. And it's going to be a good year, 2022.
It's going to be the best year in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys can utilize some of these tips, put them into practice, and you will also have the best year ever.
Yeah. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Let us know. You can message us, text us, email us. We have a lot of different ways to reach us, or just say, hey, when we're here in the gym.
There we go. Okay. We're
All
done.
right. And out.